MSC class 2. Well, the second cell is the B lymphocyte, which is derived from the bone marrow, or called birth equivalent in the birds, and it's constituted 15 to 30%, and they arise from the stem cell, progenitor B cells, precursor B cell, immature B cells, mature B cell, and then will be antigen stimulation will be activated B cell and plasma cell and memory B cell. And this is the receptor which is present on its cell surface to distinguish its type. On the surface receptor, the IgM, IgD, complement receptor, CD35, CD21, Epstein-Barr virus receptor, mouse erythrocyte receptor, B7 molecule, class 1 and class 2 MSC molecule that are constitutively expressed on the cell surface. B cell responses and activation by two types: T-dependent B cell response and T-independent B cell response. T-dependent means that it required T lymphocyte in order to exert its function, and this is characterized by class switching of immunoglobulin, affinity maturation, memory and plasma cell formation. This occurs by two signals. First signal is binding of CD28 with B7, and second signal is binding of CD4 to ligand with CD4. And this first signal, which is the same signal in T lymphocyte activation. And this is show us how B lymphocyte stimulation. This is the first signal, CD28 with B7, and this is the second signal, CD4 to ligand bind with CD4. And here show us the lymphocyte will bind with the T lymphocyte. This is the CD4 to CD4 T ligand, and this leads to secrete cytokine and bind to the receptors, lead to activation of the lymphocyte to large number, and then differentiated into the plasma cell that secrete the antibodies. T-independent B cell response of two types, like bacterial cell wall lipopolysaccharides lead to polyclonal activation, and type 2 that antigen has repeated epitopes like capsular polysaccharides, which is the presence of the Streptococcus pneumoniae, and this is characterized by the did not induce isotype switching, did not induce affinity maturation, did not induce memory. So all three have no isotype, no affinity maturation, no memory cell. The another cell is the NK cell, natural killer cells, which is a small population of large granular lymphocyte, cytotoxic against tumor cell. They do not have T and B cell receptor, do not have MSC restriction. They are age dependent, constitute 5 to 10%, and mechanism of action by the ADCC and FAS pathway. The receptor of this, which is present on the NK cells, CD16, CD56, CD11, and the cellular activating NK cells defined by balance between activating and inhibitory signal. And this is the inhibitory signals, and this is the activating receptor, and this is the inhibitory receptor. So the NK cell will scan the cell surface. So the NK cell will scan the cell surface. There is a present MSC molecule, class 1 on the cell surface, so there is no lysis. And if there is absence of the MSC molecule, so there is activation of this receptor and lead to lysis of the cell. And cytokine on the NK cells, interferon gamma, interleukin 1, interleukin 2, interleukin 12, 18. And the another immune cells, NKT cells, which is a third type of cells, has been identified with characteristic of common both cytotoxic T cell and NK cells. It's a hybrid cell, has T cell receptors. It's recognized glycolipid represented by CD1. The molecule has no memory cells. It's a bridge between innate and captive immune. And this figure shows us that activation of an NK T cells by the glycolipid CD1, the molecule expressed on CD1. Innate lymphoid cells are growing family of immune cells that mirror the phenotypes and function of T cells. They do not express acquired antigen receptors or undergo clonal selection and expansion when stimulated. Innate lymphoid cells react to signals from infected or injured tissue and produce cytokines, can regulate or enhance immune responses in disease prevention and therapy. Another cells, which is macrophage, called monocytes, which act as antigen-presenting cells, function by phagocytosis, cytotoxicity, cytokine secretion, like 13-1, 6, 8, 12, and tuberculosis factor alpha cell surface receptors, CD32 bind to IgG, CD35 bind to C3d, CD64, D7, CD40, and C class 2 after antigen stimulation. The cytotoxicity of the macrophage can be expressed by the oxygen-dependent myeloperoxidase independent interacting killing by activating NAD pH oxidase uses oxygen to oxidize the NAD pH. Also, this leads to production superoxide anion ratio or to superoxide dismutase lead to production singlet oxygen and superoxide anion can react with H2O2, resulting in formation of hydroxyl radicals and singlet oxygen. And the second oxygen-dependent myeloperoxidase dependent intracellular killing as the eosinophilic granules fuse with the phagosome. Myeloperoxidase is released into the phagolysosome and leads to production of the hypochlorite, highly toxic substance, and some hypochlorite transcontinuous breakdown to yield singlet oxygen. The another pathway is oxygen-independent pathway by lysozyme defensin lactoferrin and other hydrolytic enzymes. Macrophage polarization is a process by which macrophage adopt different functional programs in response to signals from environment classified into M1 macrophage 1, which is a classically activated antigen pathogen, and macrophage 2, which is alternatively activated that relate to resolution phase of inflammation. Antigen-presenting cells will be characteristic of these cells' ability to express class 2 MHC molecules on the cell surface and deliver co-stimulatory signal D7, CD28, and also causes phagocytosis and process it are presented to the cell. Types of the antigen-presenting cells of professional antigen-presenting cell like dendritic cells, dendritic cells, and macrophage and B cells, which constitutively express high levels of class 2 MHC molecules and co-stimulatory B7 family. And non-professional antigen-presenting cells, which is induced to express class 2 MHC molecules and co-stimulatory signals like fibroblasts in the skin, glial cells in the brain, and beta cells. The another immune cells, the follicular dendritic cells, which do not arise from bone marrow, located in the lymph node follicle. These cells do not express class 2 MHC molecules. They express high level of membrane receptors for antibodies to interact with the cells. Another type of immune cells, granulocyte, which is including neutrophil, which is responsible for the acute inflammation. The eosinophil, which is responsible for the parasitic infestation. And the basophil, which is responsible for the allergic response. And the last one, the mast cells, which are in the bone marrow, important in allergy by secreting pharmacologically active